So get used to, let's take a walk, like a walk around here. Like get used to just walking next to us all with the camera, like up with us. I should be in the back.
I got you.
Yeah, sweet, awesome, awesome.
Oh, it's your close up.
Extreme close up.
Let's go. All right. First. Okay, so you're first. You go first.
You want me to walk on the side of you guys like this?
Yeah, it's gonna be whatever. Just when we get to the door there, stand to the side and watch us all walk in.
Okay. Well, you gotta let me get in front, Tim.
John's there. All right.
Talk to management about that, yeah. What? explain that.
3, 2,
1 minute? Yeah. Oh. Right. Yeah.
Can't stay long, 'cause we're rolling on down. Rolling on down.
Follow behind your dream. Yeah.
Can't stay long, 'cause we're rolling on down.
Awesome, man, that was good. Welcome to episode 44, Road Trip Edition. I'm Schott Ricochet, and with me is our mystery host that has been gone for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Mr. Mux Blank. Welcome back to the Joker.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
In the
Glad to be
hermetically
back.
sealed, live from a remote bunker.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Still sort of, what do you call it? Still healing. I had a little bit of bad experience at the end of the trip, but I'm getting over that.
Well, it was funny because we were all worried about that because we knew you got the big Johnson and me, and we got T.Chodd behind the controls there, and he got the Moderna, got the big Pfizers, right? Yeah. So we were wondering, hey, we've been shelter in place, here in our remote bunker, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there you were going across the country. So,
yeah. And I had to be careful. Like I kept to myself. Any of the places that I did visit was, real open air kind of places. I didn't want to take any chances. I mean, like the whole way, a lot of the Native American places were closed down, things like that. I saw signs where, like I think it was New Mexico, they're having a surge and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I kept to myself for the most part, but in the end, I did still end up getting a little sick, road sick.
Yeah.
But a little homesick. But it was a good experience. It was really cool. So.
Now you didn't have any of that, Rona thing kicking in.
No.
And none of them Pfizer, Big Johnson side effect things.
No side effects.
People been talking about, yeah. So
I didn't have to worry about that too much, but so I had a good time, and got some business done. We'll talk about that in a second here, and I've got some more videos to share, like you see right now behind us. This is most of the trip, different places. I'm not sure where everything is right, just looking at it, but. Always driving towards the sunset. That was nice. So always got to see the sunset driving towards the west. So.
Nice, yeah.
Anyways, okay, there at the beginning you saw Free Range Strange. They were recently submitted to us. They met another person from the crew who is on the road, Lisa Rose. She's
yes.
I think she might be back now, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, last I heard, she was someplace in sunny Florida.
Yep. And so supposedly she met them, I think, at the Ripley Museum.
Yeah, the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum.
That's cool. So, there's looks like some good folks to meet there. We're going to have more by them at the end of the show, so stick around for more of that. That was, let's see, what was that called? That was called Supermarket Shuffle. And that was them basically just busking a supermarket. So going
But
in.
you know, I wonder what time that that was.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it didn't look like your standard 5 o'clock rush.
No, no.
But you wonder if it was one of those, hey, we're open all night type thing, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it looked. It was dark at the beginning, I think. Right? Yeah. So. Yeah.
But it couldn't have been that late because everybody looked sober in the video. I mean, even the customers.
Yeah, exactly.
And for New Orleans, that's a big thing.
Yeah. There you go. This video right here, this is L.A. This is basically your stop and go traffic in L.A. at all time of days. This is right here driving into L.A. So that was.
See, people kept telling me that there's smog like 24/7. Didn't look that smoggy to me.
No, I didn't see much of that. I think that's. I don't know if that's L.A. Maybe that's somewhere else. I'm not sure, but
wow,
it wasn't so bad.
Either that, or maybe
nice.
they cleaned it up, and now we got the new guy in.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. What do we got coming up? So a couple of pieces on this episode are all kind of themed road trip, and you'll see kind of that theme run throughout the show a little bit. Up next, we have Tashi Delay. We've played some Tashi Delay before, but this is a new piece. It's called FU. She's supposedly having an EP release this summer, or actually, I think an album release this summer, debut album. So I'm really excited to see that happen. She's British born, lives in New Orleans now, though. So.
British born and living in New Orleans.
Yeah. So.
Well, they say that British people have to know French because it's so close, to Paris. So.
I have to ask her.
She's probably fluent,
Yeah. All right. So this is called FU.
FU.
Nothing new will grow. Oh. we wait.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
Episode 44, road trip episode.
Yep. So that was heads that you heard there. The Voynich, or no, how do we say that? Voynich? I don't know. Manuscript.
Manuscript.
And up next, we're going to have a piece by MVMX. That I didn't have the name here. I'm sorry. Wait for you.
Wait for
sorry,
you.
There it is. Okay. But before we get to that, we wanted to share a little bit more from the road.
Oh yeah. So anyway, you were telling us about the road trip.
Yeah.
But you kind of like left off in a hurry, and it was. I noticed. I saw a couple of the van shots, and it looked like you had that thing self-contained, hermetically sealed, and everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you were rushing. Where were you headed, by the way?
Well, you can see in the video behind us right now, that's the Flagstaff area. I made it to Flagstaff, Arizona, and drove through this for miles and miles and miles, just pine trees like that down a dirt road. It's pretty cool. And we did, it was a place called the Lava River Cave.
Well,
Yeah, so that's
now,
kind of
were you
where
just
this road
on a
led.
sightseeing trip thing, or did you have a mission to get there? Or
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, the whole idea of the trip was that I was delivering a toy job that I did. So,
Wow.
this guy in Los Angeles hired me to do a toy of him, and so that was basically what the toy was. And they had a release show, which was the opening of their store. Where they sold merchandise. It was called the Masonics. Here, I got those notes here. Masonics on Fairfax. That's the name.
Masonics on Fairfax in Los Angeles.
Yeah. So, and the toy was called the Masonic Smoker. That's his nickname. On Instagram and social media and stuff. So, in that industry, he's well known for growing seeds and weed seeds, and
Wow,
that
yeah.
was
Well,
was amazing.
because it's it's completely legal there. So
Mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
that's good. So I guess if anybody wants to go see that, are they open now? I mean,
they're
for
open
business
now.
Yeah,
They're open
okay.
for business. So
Yeah, so you have to check that out. You said that was Masonics on Fairfax
Yep.
in Los Angeles.
Yep. So that was basically the whole reason that this trip happened is, I had that toy job and, I was getting paid. So I made a little money off that job and was able to afford to basically use the rest of the trip as a vacation, as a way to get out of my head and like shake off the pandemic. So,
Well, nice.
That, and like I said earlier, I tried to be safe. I didn't want to, to be spreading. I got the vaccine early before I went. Hopefully that helped a little bit. But whatever I could do, wear a mask, things like that, I did that. So
Right.
And then most of the places, like let's pull up the slideshow. I've got a couple pictures. You can see like of places I went to.
Now,
This
was
is
that
just.
was that a dog that was dressed
No,
up
that
as
was
an
a
Indian,
buffalo.
or?
That was a buffalo, of course.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I was hoping to go to some of the Native American spots and stuff like that, but most of that was closed.
Wow.
So I couldn't even really get close to that. But the gas station had some cool stuff, so I took some
Yeah.
pictures of that. This right here, what you're seeing right there, is the Cadillac Ranch, and that place was in Amarillo, Texas, and it's like a giant art installation that's just in the middle of this empty field, and it's been there for, I don't even know how long. It's years and years and years and years, long time. I think since the 70s or something like that.
Right.
At some point I was reading somewhere at some point it got moved, so it wasn't in an original location, but that was a really cool thing. And, it was, the things I wanted to go see were artsy things. I wanted to see these art installations, these just different places. So you can see there's the Supreme that's on Fairfax. You can see the toy there. how many I did. That was a bunch of them.
Wow. Now that must have taken you a hot minute to work on that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's about 6 months.
Wow.
Work there. So
Now, did you have like a whole set of elves that were helping you, or you were making these things
no,
on your own?
well, most of it I did, but I did have some help. My buddy Freak Chris, he did some of the painting on it. The artwork on it was done by a Green Pine Trees, I think is his name, or Pine Trees something. But he did the art, so I didn't have to do the art on it. But the figure itself, the casting, the molding, the sculpting, everything, painting, I did most of that work. So.
See, that had to take a lot of patience.
Yeah, and it's all by hand, so it takes quite a bit of time, So, But,
so I mean, but like when you were on the trip, was there like specific places that you were like hoping to go see? We're always used to watch these road trip things where people are going to Wally World. Or...
Yeah, hope to see that. I thought, these would be open air places that I could see along the way, and they were still closed.
Wow.
So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, bring that slideshow back. There's a couple pieces stuff I wanted to point out specifically. All right, there's the Indian Trading Post. I wish I could have went to, but
they were closed. Yeah. But the gas station down the street was open.
Yeah. Cadillac Ranch. That's that stuff. And then the pine trees that you saw us driving through.
Right.
There was an area that I stopped. That's the cave right there. So you can kind of see. That's a little art installation that I did. I took some found materials and
nice.
Created a little art installation out in the middle of nowhere. This is more LA area right here. I met this artist. They let me park in their parking lot. This is where the place opened up. That's the Masonics on Fairfax.
Oh wow!
So, and that guy that did that mural graffiti piece did the sign of this place, the front sign there that you saw with the guy sitting in the chair holding the chicken.
Right.
He did that. Oh, this is the haunted hotel that I went and visited.
Oh, that Hotel Cecil. I think they've been showing something on one of those Prime or Netflix or Hulu, one of those social media things.
So my buddy Chris was like, you got to go see that on your way out of town. And so I went by and I didn't know anything about it. But, basically, like as I got out of my car, there were some ladies just hanging out. Their kids were playing on the street and all this stuff. I mean, it was part of the area was Skid Row, but people live there. So,
right.
they live in a big building there and their kids play on the street right there, So I stopped and talked to them for a while and it was really cool to talk with them and get some like the lowdown of the place. 'Cause my buddy was like, oh, it's haunted hotels. Somebody died there. And actually, like lots of people died there.
Yeah.
Like there was a serial killer that lived there for a while and was killing people in Skid Row. There was the worst thing though, is like after years and years and years of people having problem with their water in the building, like finally enough people complained, and they found out. They went up to the roof to the water tower and found out there was a dead body floating in the water.
Oh my God!
And so that everybody's drinking water, all the water they've been using to take baths in, was dead people juice.
Tasted like Uncle John, or somebody's Uncle John. Yeah.
So that was, that's Hotel Cecil. So I didn't take too long. I didn't go in. I just took a couple pictures of the outside area. So.
Now, did you have any trouble on the trips? Health wise or anything like that?
Well, so like after I left L.A., I went to Slab City, and that was like, I stayed there. That was like the best part of the trip, like it was so good.
Now, I've heard of this place, but I'm not really familiar with it.
Well,
I mean, is it in Arizona? Or
no,
California,
it's still in California.
Oh, California.
But
Wow.
it's Southern California, and so like that. I did that for a couple of days, and that was really nice. But then immediately after that, I got sick.
Wow.
And I had food poisoning, and so like I got to the petrified forest and saw that was closed, and so I was just like, screw it, I'm coming home. I feel like crap. I mean, coming out both ends.
So yeah, but I mean,
In
how'd
the
you
van,
do that
like-
in the van?
Yes.
You had like a self-contained apparatus. I mean,
Well, I made
everybody
do.
likes to know about these road trips because
Yeah.
we've all had those like nightmarish experiences.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, for like one good night, it was nothing but nightmare experience because it was just like, I mean, it took me. I was getting sick, and I didn't realize it was food poisoning right away, of course. But I just like I had to like suddenly get out of the van and like throw up on the side of the van, and I'm parked at a truck stop that has no bathroom. Like whether they just said it was no bathroom because of COVID stuff or whatever, but like they were like our bathroom's closed, you know. And it was night. I was going to sleep, you know, and so I'm like throwing up inside of my van, and then it starts wanting to come out the other end, and like I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do, you know, like. And luckily, you know, I had toilet paper and stuff like that and bags. And I fashioned myself a toilet and, you know.
You did say something that you were going to be going self-contained with like a whole bunch of like garbage bags and boxes just in case it wouldn't be safe to use any of these places.
I'm going to tell you, you ever go on a trip like this again, I mean, especially right now where the places might not have bathrooms, definitely bring you a little portable toilet. Like you got to have one of those just in case.
Right.
Or, I mean, a bucket at the very least. And, you know, when I was at Slab City, I found a bucket, you know, and I had to clean it out and, you know, what somebody left there before me, you know, and so I did so. And I had a good, you know, working toilet basically. But after I left Slab City, I kind of left that bucket behind thinking, oh, there's gas stations. There's all that on the way. That was a mistake. So, you know, like I kind of learned my lesson. Next time, have something at least, you know, but, so, you know, so the rest of the trip was cut short and, you know, I had to come pretty much home and I'm still like my stomach, you know, and my intestines are still, you know, a little bit, but, I'm eating soup and there you go.
Now I wonder,
that's what my stomach feels.
You know, I was wondering too, because I mean, you know, like, you know, could it have been the water, you know?
Okay. Well, let's see. I mean, before I left Slab City, I got in the community bath, like hot springs. It was a hot springs that supposedly the water was refreshed every 24 hours. Okay. So every 24 hours, it's new water. So, but
23 hours and 59 minutes into it,
who knows?
Got the old stuff.
Who knows? That might have been where I got it. I don't know. But supposedly everybody in the community takes their bath there.
Wow.
Like that's the place, you know. I mean, unless they have enough water to take a bath in their RVs or whatever, wherever their house is or their, you know, set up. But, and then after that, you know, I'm trying to think where it was. I stopped at a diner and got a hamburger, you know, and so it could have been there. But after that, it was just like, ugh, I got to get home. So, you know, I got home as soon as possible. But, you know, I got a lot more pictures and stuff to share. You know, I'll probably have something ready by next week to share.
Heck yeah.
With everybody. I want to put a little presentation together. You know,
well, I have noticed. You know, if anybody's been watching, you know, as intently as I have on the video, right? I noticed that there was a lot of back roads involved.
Yeah.
And I figured, hey, that was probably to avoid the Rona people.
Well, you know, actually, what you think is back roads isn't back roads. That's the road.
Wow.
In that area. Like that's where you have to go to get through that area.
Okay.
You know, and then like the pic, we'll have some video in a little bit of Slab City area, and like I mean it's a big giant just open desert, and you know you make a road where you need one, and you know like. I don't know. It's pretty cool. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, though.
But you know, Lisa Rose, she piped in on the chat here. She said, "You really should have picked her brain on the travel out west."
Yeah. Well, we'll have to talk. See what suggestions. Yeah. Next time, you know, maybe we'll do it again soon. We'll see.
Well, you know, the first, you know, you know, the nice thing is sometimes you just gotta make your own mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah. And I mean, you know,
that's what makes it fun.
I had a purpose, you know, I had to deliver the toys. I had to be there at a certain time. You know, it was really the trip home that was going to be the best part of it. You know, I was going to take my time and see a bunch of cool stuff. And if it wasn't for getting food poisoning, you know, I would have seen a whole bunch more. But,
Right.
you know.
But I mean, hey, you know, sometimes. Now, how long had you been locked down here in the, hermetically sealed bunker?
Well, pretty while. So, you know, getting out like that was really nice. So, but let's move on. We'll talk some more about some more of this in the next time after some videos. We've got MVMX Wait for You coming up next, and then after that, some Psychic Friends Network and some other stuff like that. So we'll get back in a second here. love that ending. That was so cool.
Psychic Friends Network, yeah.
The little tape flip at the end there, that was really cool. It's like the music just suddenly stops, and then it's a little tape flip.
Welcome back to episode 44.
Yep.
Road trip episode.
Yep. So that was Psychic Friends Network, a.k.a. Swamp Rainbow. If you guys remember, we had a game show a couple of weeks ago, and that was one of the questions on the Jeopardy was who was somebody we had played before and never mentioned before. So that was Swamp Rainbow, and now we're talking about them a little bit because their YouTube channel is ready for everybody to go check out. So we got that link in the description right now. You can check it out after the show. There's a lot of weird, cool stuff there. Psychic Friends Network, Swamp Rainbow. There's a couple other projects, different names,
right? And
each one kind of has their own little cool thing. So
now this one was called KUNOICHI, right?
Yeah, KUNOICHI.
Yeah.
Which is
a female ninja practitioner of ninjutsu Nimpo.
Yeah.
During the feudal period of Japan, a female ninja having a period in Japan, that could be a problem. Yeah. Ninjas were used as killers, spies, and messengers.
Yeah. So that's what KUNOICHI means.
Yeah.
And you can see the text there too. You can see it. But let's see. Oh yeah.
That was a ninja on her period, right? Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I don't know where you got that part from.
Well, it says period right there. Right?
Yeah, during the feudal period of Japan.
No. I didn't know there was a difference in these things, you know.
Yeah. There, check this out. This is so the video you're seeing behind us now.
P-Pop 13.
This is Slab City.
Okay.
It'll repeat here in a second. You'll see the beginning.
Sean Pettis sad hour. Yeah. Okay.
Little drive through of Slab City. This is where I camped out the second night right here, and that's the sunset.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it'll repeat in a second. But Slab City, basically, it's an area that was some sort of military base or something like that, and it got shut down, and all the buildings are gone. There was buildings there. So there's these cement slabs. You'll see them all over the place where buildings used to be. So you can see at this point, though, that's all been deserted, and now it's overtaken by anarchists, which is super cool. Yeah. So it's like
way to repurpose the old government stuff.
Yeah. And so, like, all these people, they move in, with their junk RVs and park them there and start building art installations out of their RV. And so, like you'll see, this is all art installation stuff, and people live in these art installations. It is their home, but it's also an art installation open to the public, So
right.
This is a place called East Jesus, is what this area is called. This is a little walkthrough of that area. It's a sculptural garden, and excuse me, a bunch of different things there. So,
oh yeah,
there I am.
Now, was that before or after you got sick?
Oh, this is before.
Okay.
This is before. Big wall of TVs with these.
That's cool. Mental Master Baton.
Remote control, blah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool for JOKERJOKErtv. I wanted to bring that back and show that to everybody. But it's a big, giant, wall of TVs installation piece. And, I mean, some of these installation pieces were, 3 stories tall. They're huge.
Yeah.
And the houses that people built out there out of, pallets, basically, and plywood, 3-4 story things sometimes. It's crazy.
But it's so funny when you showed that one with the TV sets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I always wondered, whatever happened to all those TV sets that people buy? My grandmother had this huge, big console thing with a screen this big, right?
Yeah.
And, they just disappeared. Now I know they're in Slab City.
where they
Under
all
an
go
art
to
project.
die.
Who knew?
Where
Yeah.
all TVs go to die.
Yes. Kind of like that farm that they, they send dogs to when they can't control their bowels anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my mom sent mine.
I don't know. Slab City looked like a great place to go die. It was pretty nice. But you got to like junk. I mean, there's junk everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a couple more pieces coming up. We got something new from P-Pop. Well, it's something fairly new. We've got a couple other submissions from him. So over the next couple weeks, you'll be seeing a couple pieces from him. And then we've got another piece from Sean Pettis called Sad Hour. And then we'll be back in just a moment. A little reminder, we put out the question. This is road trip episode. So if you've been on a road trip before and you go ahead and just comment in the comments. Tell us a little bit about that.
Some comments on that.
Yeah, and so we'll get to the comments here in just a second. But P-Pop first.
And in other news, Wall Street bankers made off with millions of dollars and then promptly gave themselves raises. Why? Because fuck you. That's why. Man, these fucking banker assholes always get away with everything. Ugh, wish I could get my neck to pop. Ah! Pop it. Crank it. Yank it. Yank it. Yank it. Yo, what the fuck? Harder. Faster. 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 Spit on it.
Hey, not cool.
I thought we were having a good time.
There was nothing consensual about that at all.
Now let me tell you something, Brokerland. Mo Brogan says his skin is made out of beef jerky, but the Macho Dude has skin made out of Slim Jims. Oh yeah! You see, Bulkamania and all the hot dogging and grandstanding couldn't contain the badness of the Macho Dude, yeah. Now, only one man remains, yeah. A man that's been ducking me for too long, yeah. That's right, I'm calling you out, Ted Hazard. Nobody cuts a better promo than the Macho Dude. Oh, yeah! Ooh, man. Once we enslave Earth, I'm going to anal probe so many humans.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Brian, did you remember to refuel before we left Cyclone C?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. Shh, 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 shh. It's just you and me now. What the hell was that? God damn it. Look at my backyard now.
Greetings, human. Oh, what the fuck, man?
Welcome to Earth. I could have been in a barbecue.
This is mildew. Like many, mildew's allergic to happiness. Which is why he'll spend the next hour safely tucked away in his least favorite tavern. Mildew narrowly escapes the happiness before it kills him, unfortunately. This makes him very happy.
Welcome back.
I got the wrong person on the screen.
Yeah. Welcome back, folks. If you're looking right now, you can probably see.
There he is.
Well, here I am. Yeah, but Muxie disappeared.
Round of applause for Rick Shot Ricochet.
So, that was, that last one was cool. But I do have to give the official disclaimer, though, okay?
Yeah.
This is the second episode that we did see people getting their fingers dismembered.
Yeah, same artist.
And same artist, yes. Yeah, and, I wanted to let all the children know that any parts of your body that you cut off, even if they, God willing, can sew it back on, will not work the same way it did,
no.
Before it was off. So, just keep that in mind and, be mindful of that. Plus, it might be painful.
So, the theme of the show, road trips. We asked the question at the beginning of the show, where people have been. Have you gone on road trips?
Yes.
Let's see what they had to say.
Oh, yeah, well, I did notice that Dallas said that he was in Cherokee, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, waterfalls or something, huh?
Yeah, now, word to the wise, if you ever head to Cherokee and decide to go tubing at one of those Indian tubing places, you'd be best to leave a spare set of keys in the car. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah.
So, I think one of my keys ran off with a moose or something. Yeah,
he
it was
said
kind of weird.
Mingo Falls, if I'm saying it right. Mingo Falls.
Mingo Falls.
So
Wow.
that sounds nice.
Yeah. And,
Lisa Rose, we were mentioning that earlier. She went on a road trip. Where she say? She said, I did Gulf Coast of Florida down to Sarasota.
That's a cool one. But I got a really cool one. Because I like to travel too, right? So my big road trip was from San Gaspar, Salcedo, Ilocos Sur, Philippines, to the airport. Yeah, it was like an 8.5 hour drive. And the thing is, when you're on the freeway there's hardly any cars, because they're toll roads, right? And so they have like a 60 kilometers an hour lane and the 100 kilometer an hour lane.
Really?
Unfortunately, my driver chose the 60. Yeah. So that's basically what, like 35 or 40 miles an hour, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what was really weird though is we stopped at some random gas station. And I had taken a picture, and that the gas station's name was KKK. Really? And I thought, what the hell? And the driver, he was so embarrassed because he, was where the American thing. But this was a big famous gas station in the Philippines.
The famous American gas station is called KKK.
KKK, yeah, man.
Jeez. Oh. All right, we got, let's see, who else? Tashi, she commented that you got to have your own bathroom.
Yeah.
Buckets. I
second
we
that.
We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, I did manage to get a bucket at one part of the trip, but yeah, I left it behind and should not have left that behind.
Yeah.
So.
Well, see, when I flew to the Philippines, I paid an extra $200 for overweight fees. if you're ever going anywhere, word of the wise, you might want to weigh your own suitcase.
Yeah.
You know, before you go, you know, not leave it to somebody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of that was like bathroom supplies. I mean, you're thinking, oh my God, you know, what could I possibly get that I need medicine for?
Yeah.
And how do I lie to the doctor to tell him I need it now? You know, so just in case I do need it, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on with the show. We got a couple more pieces coming up. I got a new gardening with Mux, so that's something new. Just did that the other day, and then we got some more pieces from Free Range Strange. So we'll be right back. Yeah, it's supposed to be Free Range Strange next. All right, we got a little bit of a technical difficulty.
By the way.
I got doubled up.
Yes.
All right, welcome back.
Episode 44.
All
Road
right.
trip.
That was some more Free Range Strange you saw there. That was called Wing by Wing. We're going to have one more piece that's called Horses for Subways, and that'll be at the end of the show. Both of these pieces are two songs from the Ghost Motel Sessions. So that looked pretty interesting. That's something they did recently, I think. They're from the Florida area, and as we mentioned earlier, one of our crew members, Lisa Rose, met them at the Ringling Museum in Sarasota. So, this band was started by Timber and Sonny Ray in 2015, and from what we hear, Timber was a road warrior. He's done hitchhiking, train hopping. Traveled with the Dead tours, rainbow gatherings, a lot of that. So I'm sure he got a bunch of road trips under the belt.
Well, I noticed that, your train hoppers that we see a lot of them in Athens.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And every one of them are musicians.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I wonder how they're imagining, because I keep picturing, Harrison Ford, on the horse trying to catch up to the train, and then he just kind of grabs it out and... I'm just amazed at how they would do that. Plus, have a musical instrument at the same time, and no horse to get on the train.
And a lot of times, a dog, with them or something like
yeah.
that. You got to train those dogs to jump on the train too, And from what I hear, train hopping, the trick is to look at the lug nuts on the wheels,
right.
And if you can count the lug nuts, how many lug nuts there are, it's slow enough you can jump on. If you can't count the lug nuts, too fast. Don't jump on.
Wow. Yeah.
So you'll get your arm snatched off. You'll fall down and get run over by the train.
And it's sad to say, but we
trip
have
over.
proof in the pudding that if you do lose any body parts,
Yeah.
there could be a good chance they could be played on an episode of Joker TV.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
just be mindful that could happen.
An artist.
Not
will
that we
feature.
want to. And please don't try.
Oh, some of the video stopped behind us.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
We probably got pulled over here.
This is
ran out of gas.
This is part of the end of the tour here. This is after I left Slab City. You can see over here in the distance is Salton Sea, so that was really cool. And then I started making my way through Mars. The landscape looked like it was on Mars.
Yes, it does kind of feel like we're in Mars.
Yeah, wait till you see this next part. It's really cool. But that was like, oh man, that was one of the best parts of the trip too, is being able to see the different scenery. Like when I got back here, like we have trees, we have grass, like green stuff everywhere, and the colors were just amazingly bright and just vivid. After seeing no color for you got brown and a little bit of blue too, and gray. This was cool. This was a palm tree farm.
Wow, that is kind of weird.
They're growing palm trees there. Those are that's big money. Palm trees.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There's the Mars.
Okay, here we are. Yeah.
So miles and miles and miles of that, winding through the big giant, rocks. So it was pretty amazing.
Well, it looks like you were hauling ass, though. I mean.
Yeah. Well, this is time lapse.
Oh, time lapse. Well,
yeah.
Just imagine how much slower that would have been. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is hours of driving through this kind of scenery. So, okay, we got one more piece
we're almost out of
show.
California here.
This is leaving California. I think I'm getting into Arizona area here. I'm especially right here. This is Arizona for sure. Probably some New Mexico area too. But so we got another piece from Free Range Strange. This is called Horses for Subways, and this will be our last piece for the evening. So we thank everybody for joining us. Thank you for going on this trip with us. Figured I would come back with some cool video like this to take you guys on the road with me.
All right.
I wish I could bring everybody with me, but it can only fit a couple people in the van. All right, bye.
Bye.
I can hear it. I can't see it.
Bye.